900 pounds. So think about it. If you got potting soil, you've got cinder blocks, you've got, you know, of your heavy files for the taxes over the last 7 years, you will love this particular version. It is under $70, and we've got both the gold and the silver metallic, but I have to update you before we even get started. If you want silver, oh, there's 150 in the silver. So that's sad, but it doesn't matter which color you get, they both serve the same purposes. And it is the famous origami experience. This is no assembly necessary. It comes out of the box. This is all you do to get this little guy to collapse into basically nothing. Not that you're ever gonna do this, because it'll be in use, I'm sure, most of the time. But look at how it folds into this, and then it just expands itself. And I tell you what, you will love this particular dimension. This is the original, but it's in a more condensed version, and the Pro offering even more weight capacity. So Lou Caputo, this is gonna be quick based on how limited these have become. No surprise to me. Customer pick on every origami, but this is the Pro. This is the Pro.
Yeah, this is the stronger of the two that we offer. We offer another rack that looks exactly like this, but it doesn't have the same weight capacity that this one does. So they've reinforced this one. I'll show you that in a second. But the bottom line is that with the wheels on it, as you see right here, we still recommend you limit yourself to 75 pounds per shelf, because it does raise this 3 inches off the ground, makes it 38 inches high. But, and that's 225 pounds. I don't mean to dismiss that like it's nothing. That's actually pretty impressive. Right. But without the wheels, you can go up to 300 pounds. I almost said 250, because that's what even our largest rack will hold. This will hold 300 pounds per shelf. So as you said, 900 pounds. And like all origami, this is powder coated steel. So you can use this indoors, you can use this outdoors. It's going to be chip resistant, scratch resistant, and of course that corrosion resistance that makes it possible to use it in both places. It's easy to compact this down when you're not using it. You always hear me say that origami is a storage solution, not a storage problem. So you can fold this up. But you know, at the end of the day, Callie, this is that perfect size for so many applications inside and around the home. You know, we talk about, Alice coined the phrase store decor, and if you're talking about something that can do storage and do decor, this is the guy right here. The height on this, as I mentioned, is 38 inches tall. Without the wheels, it's 35. The shelf is 28.5 inches this way. It's 9.5 inches looking on the depth on this. But as I mentioned, it's reinforced. So if you want something that's tiny but powerful, this is the guy right here. This is
the guy, and there's no question about it. Read some reviews if you have a minute, but do that after you place your order. I know we started off the show with 1,000. What are we at, Rob? I know we're down to okay, we're down to 800. Again, this is gonna go really quick. I was gonna say that the sale price expires tonight at midnight, but I don't foresee these lasting that long. If you want this is the silver. This one is going to sell out before the gold. The gold is really pretty. And like I said, Lou, it doesn't really matter what color you get. These are all powder coated steel. This, you know, you can use these indoors and outdoors. I think about 300 pounds per shelf if you use them without the wheels, if you like to put this in a permanent place. There's so many things, whether it's in your basement, your attic, your garage, that are really heavy. And the thing that you'll love, if you haven't experienced this world yet, is that everything is up and off the ground. So let's say it's in the basement and you've got boxes stacked on the floor, and something happens, you have a water leak and everything is destroyed. This is getting up and off the ground, and then maximizing the vertical. Most of us have so much wasted space, it's just air. But when you can get this up and off, I will say nothing feels better than getting organized. It really is the most stress relieving kind of experience. So we welcome you to get this one. $69, I can't remember seeing a price attached to origami even close to this in the past, and then knowing it's the Pro version. This is really a moment, Lou.
Yeah, for this price, normally you'd be lucky to even get a piece of particle board furniture. True. Okay, but with origami, you can get this, and you can get the powder coated steel, so you're getting all the advantages of that as well when you buy this. And you know, if you look at this one here, the gold one that I've got sitting here, my wife Kelly took it and she said, you know what, this would be great if you had a bathroom that didn't have a linen closet in it. You know what I mean? Or maybe a guest bedroom where you couldn't put stuff out there. So she kind of dressed it out that way for me here. But I want you to notice something. We have a lot of earth tones in here, a lot of browns, you know, the brown floor, I mean, all that. But look how great this looks against all that. You're right. I mean, that gold it's the coolest. At first I was like, gold, what am I going to do with that? But it really is a really nice shade of that, so it looks great. Now, the other thing about this too, Kelly, that a lot of folks use these as dollies in their house, you know, for big bags of dog food or salt rock or things like that when they've got to push it around. this is an awesome way to do that. And the fact that I always talk about my friend Brenda, who has several of these. She's an artist. She paints glassware, and she does a lot of craft shows, art shows, that sort of thing. She'll take these with her, and she just opens these up when she's out there and puts them on top of a table, uses it almost like a hutch, and displays her glassware out there. So, with origami, I always say you're limited by your imagination. So, get them home and, have at it. Look around and think about, what can I do with it?
Exactly, have at it. It's so, I was just thinking, because I've been doing so much gardening recently, I just love being out in the yard. But in fact, I was putting down some new sod the other day. Wouldn't this have been a great way to just transport those? I mean, I think I had 20 pieces of sod that I had to transport from the front to the back. It wasn't easy, but this could have been that dolly like you suggested. I think about like the sand or the rocks. I know we've got a fireplace in the back. I mean, the sand, the bags, even mulch, you could do the transport. But it is something, a lot of people use these indoors. They are furniture grade quality. Quite frankly, those of you who have, even from the beginning, I still have my original origami, which is the bigger version of this. So it's essentially by request, nice little size. And let me get you the dimensions on this, because I was just thinking this could be great if you, like I do, have a staircase, and so I have a closet that you could maximize instead of piling the boxes inside. Size, it's about 29 inches in length, 12 or 13 in width, and then 37, almost 38 in the height. So this is a really sweet size. And a lot of people, Lou, do these, as we kind of call it, like the filing cabinet. So if you use these in a storage unit or in a garage or a shed or that sort of thing, explain maybe how people use that. I think you were the first to teach us.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing about origami. You would never build pieces of furniture side by side, like shelving especially, because how do you get anything that's in the middle? With origami, because this is on wheels, you can literally stack these so that they're touching and do a whole bunch of them. I actually have that going on in my garage right now. And if you need to access something, you can just slide one out this way and create a little void so you can walk in there. You can slide them sideways. That's what I'm doing these days in the garage. So many, many ways that you can use these. But I want to show you something real quick while we're here. The reason this is the pro, we talk about the weight capacity, and I'm just going to come real close to my camera here, but I want to show you. Look at the top shelf right here. Do you notice how there's two different supports on this?
Yeah.
Yes, the regular one has one support welded down the middle. So what they've done for this is they've added a second one on here that gives us that extra weight capacity. So you're picking up 50 pounds per shelf. So an extra 150 pounds overall. That is nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot of weight for something this small to be able to sit there and support 900 pounds. That's crazy. Try that with particle board or plastic. No, actually don't.
I don't think so. No, I just realized this would actually hold me. If I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hold me. Well, sadly, it would hold me.
I've always been tempted to have somebody wheel me in on top of one of these origamis because the weight capacity really is impressive. I believe we've sold out of the silver now. I'm so sorry. I try to give you a fair warning at the beginning of a presentation, so this pretend is gone. Ooh, and now we're down to our final couple hundred, maybe 500, 550 in the gold. And I was just thinking, I was looking at this color. It's so pretty. It looks like 24 karat. There's a lot of, I think about college students because, in fact, Alice's daughter just graduated from college this week. It was so exciting. Yeah, congrats, very exciting. But this is the type of furniture that makes sense if you've got a college student because you don't have to throw it away at the end of the season or the school year. You can collapse it, put this into a storage unit if you want to, and then it's gonna be perfect next year. And I say college because gold is one of those great colors that's incorporated into so many sports teams.
Yeah, a lot of school colors. Well, the other thing, too, is that a lot of times when you buy furniture that's like a really cool color, it gets a chip or it gets a scratch somewhere, and all of a sudden you're seeing whatever's underneath that. You know what I mean? And it just kind of ruins the whole look, the whole feel.
It does.
Because this is powder coated, that's not going to happen with powder coating. I've got some in my garage right now, not of the Pro Rex, but the originals out there. They're 10 years old. They look exactly the same. None of the colors have scratched. They haven't chipped. There's no corrosion, that's for sure. They look amazing. So that's the thing about origami is that it's minimum effort, but you're getting the maximum return on that. You know what I mean? They're easy to set up. They're easy to break down, and they just last and last and last. And price-wise for me, I'm thinking here, Callie, that it's very close to what you'd pay for particle board or for something made out of plastic. That's just me.
It makes sense. And there's nothing more disappointing than thinking, oh, good, I love this piece. And then, like you said, there's a chip out of it, or it starts bowing because it doesn't have, this is doubly reinforced, even better than the original Origami. So there's a reason we're calling it the Pro, and you will love the fact you just don't have to worry that something is gonna happen to this powder-coated steel. They last for, I wanna say a lifetime, and I say that because I know my original is, when did we launch these? 12 years ago, Origami? 13?
Yep.
Something like that?
It's been close to that. Yeah, really close to that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lou. I appreciate you joining us.
You're welcome.
You're the best.
My pleasure.
Take care.
Yeah, good seeing you guys.
749180 is the item number. Final quantities in this gold metallic. It's a beautiful thing, and you're welcome to two. At this price, lowest price, obviously an amazing $30 savings with free shipping. And the 5 Flex at midnight, this price goes back up even if one of these remain. So we are gonna check in with my friend Alice. Gosh, you must have had the most amazing time celebrating your daughter's achievements.
It was incredible.
I bet.
It was absolutely incredible, and she worked so hard.
She's an amazing girl.
So wonderful when you see that culmination of so many years. And congratulations to all the high school grads, the